Good morning, everyone. Rules for thee, but not for me. There is a new bill being put forward by Josh Heintzman that it really doesn't make a lot of sense. So several years ago, they put some legislation together in the state of Minnesota to hurt game farms, deer farms, anybody who would import white-tailed deer or other cervidae in the state of Minnesota. Whether or not you're for or against deer farms, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is the legislation reads, current bill, well, this is the one they're working on, but the current wording on the bill says a person must not import live cervidae into the state or from a state or province where chronic wasting disease has been detected in the farmed or wild cervid population in the last 5 years, unless the animal has tested not detected for chronic wasting disease with a validated live animal test. So there's policies and ways in place to stop the importation of cervidae who may or may not carry CWD. If you've had CWD in your state within the last 5 years, you can't import an animal into Minnesota. But what law does Josh Heintzman want to put in place to change this? So they put in it's two words into this bill. A person must not import live cervidae except elk into the state, from a state, or so on and so forth. So you can't import cervidae into Minnesota except elk. So if this bill was truly about CWD prevention, why are suddenly elk exempt? What on earth could the DNR want to do with elk? Because there's like 10 elk farms in the state of Minnesota. There might be 20. I'm not sure on those numbers, but there's not very many, and they're probably not clamoring to the legislature to be importing a bunch of elk. So who's pushing this? The DNR. What on earth could the DNR want to do with importing elk? Well, you see, they got money put together to pull elk from Kitson County recently. Like in the last 3 or 4 years, they got a bunch of money. I don't have the exacts in front of me, but I think it was $4 million. It came to like $200,000 per elk to move elk from Kitson County, Minnesota to, I think it was Cloquet area of Minnesota, over in the Iron Range or by Duluth, somewhere over there. And those elk were to be moved, 20 elk, into the heart of wolf territory. Those elk won't live 6 months. It's a waste of taxpayer dollars. But there was a dead elk found, frozen, curled up in a field in northern Minnesota, I think last winter, maybe the winter before. So that's kind of put a halt on this whole let's move elk across the state thing. So do the DNR want to import elk at the cost of our tax dollars from places that possibly have had CWD in the last 5 years? Because they want to make elk exempt from this law, which I don't have the subdivision on this page. But the law in question here is HF 4508. Look it up. We gotta get this straightened out. This is crazy. Rules for thee, but not for me. The DNR can do whatever they want, but you can't do it.